have been to the shows. You might have even read them in the comic book. And you might have even seen the Gladiators on TV. Oh, hang on a second. This is the TV show.
That's right, James. This is MTN Gladiators. We've got 4 fantastic games for you tonight. Shootout, gauntlet, duel, and hang top. And 4 contenders waiting to get stuck into the action. So let's meet them right now. Our first contender for tonight is Jenny. This 20-year-old is a fund administrator for Liberty Life. She loves to paint and collect porcelain dolls. Jenny says if she were to be a gladiator, her name would be Cat, because they have 9 lives and keep coming back for more. Jenny is engaged. Her fiance's name is Jacques, and he'll be sitting on tender hooks as she goes through this round of MTN Gladiators.
Our next contender is Elise.
Older than Jenny by 12 years, 32-year-old Elise represented South Africa in the Universe Bodybuilding Championship. She loves eating prawns, which is what gives her those muscles, I'm sure. But she spends too much money on clothes. If she was a gladiator, her name would be Cheetah, because speed is the name and power is the game. She also considers herself a little bit of a mystery woman with mystique running through her veins.
On to the boys now. Our first contender is Tony. Tony is a 37-year-old guy and branch manager for a furniture store in Queenstown. He says he's a great communicator, hates getting out of bed in the morning like James. And if he were a gladiator, his name would be Stallion, because he is Italian.
I wonder if he eats pasta. Do you think he eats pasta? An Italian? No, we'll have to see about that. That's Tony.
And give it up for last but not least, Leleto.
Only 25 years old, Leleto is studying sports sciences. His mission on MTN Gladiators is to win, which is what we like to see. He says it's about time these sissy gladiators got some real competition. Well, laying down a challenge so early is likely to get you hurt. We'll have to see how Leleto does. Up for grabs, these fantastic prizes for our winners at the end of the series. Ursula, I'm sure you'd like to drive one of these Mazda-driven double cabs.
So with Tony, Elise, Jennifer, and Leleto, a chance to start one of them babies up.
Introducing our first contender on Shootout, it's Jenny! And she's up against fire!
Well, hopefully you've recovered from your break, because now you're about to see some real action on MTN Gladiators. Up against fire. An awesome display from this gladiator. Woo-ha! She is on fire. 100 sit-ups a day will give you a stomach like that. She is burning down the house.
No, it won't.
Are you jealous?
I've tried. I'm on to 150 now.
Time now to cross to the boss. Jenny, ready. Fire, ready. On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Jenny climbs immediately into action. She shoots, she scores. That's a very good beginning. It could well set the plan for the rest of the game, but it didn't, did it?
They went straight over the crossbar. She's going to have to throw another goal. That's 4 points, and Fire isn't even diving to save them. She's waiting for that all-important body slam.
Speaking of which, Jenny weighs 62 kilograms. That's a whole lot more than Fire does, so let's see if she gets it.
Oh, straight into the upright, but that is a body slam, I think. Maximum 4 points, that's 10, but Jenny is hurt.
Oh, yeah. Give it up for our contender and gladiators. Can we have the medics, please?
Oh, no, a contender's been fired.
Taking a look at the replay, that ball goes straight over the bar, but she's not worried about that. She's going for the right-hand corner. Fire knocks her into the upright, and I think she might have twisted her ankle there or her knee. She's holding her knee, and she is in pain.
Ready for her shootout. It's Elise. She's going up against Shadow.
It's so difficult to have a favorite gladiator when you see somebody like Shadow blowing herself out of a box. She is fine.
Time to cross straight on over to the box.
Elise, ready. Shadow, ready.
Shadow is born ready for this game. She really enjoys shootouts.
3, 2, 1.
Elise didn't start off on a good foot there. Didn't come in on a second good foot either. She really will need to put some balls away so she can go onto the body slam. Shadow does a lovely goalkeeping movement there. Can Elise score? No, she can't because Shadow is on the ball.
Last chance to get 2 points on the board, and it is a goal now. She's got to go for the body slam, but Shadow has got the measure of her. Oh, that is...
Time up.
Time up, no body slam.
No body slam, no points.
Oh dear, just running out of time, taking too long to get herself into the action. A goal gives her 2 points, but then she stands around, hesitates, looks at Shadow, and that allows Shadow to count down the time and hold it just long enough for the whistle to go.
Oh! Ow! What does Elise do again?
Now the points stand at 10-2 with Jenny scoring a massive body slam but hurting her knee. We'll have to see whether she'll be able to continue.
Our first male contender up on shootout. It's the Italian stallion, Tony! And he's up against Wildebeest.
Tony doesn't like getting out of bed in the morning, but now he's up against Wildebeest on shootout. He's going to have to beat all systems go if he wants to get any points at all.
Now, I need to correct myself. It's actually Tony who's the oldest of our contenders today at 37 years old.
Tony, ready. Wildebeest, ready. 3, 2,
Tony is getting out of bed in the morning, and it seems to me he hasn't been practicing or polishing his shootout skills either.
Wildebeest covering all the angles, manages to get a hand to that and tipping it over the bar. No points yet for Tony. Will he be able to do it now? He hesitates, and a great diving save from Wildebeest, and a second save. Tony taking his chances here. But counting down the clock, he's going to have to move a whole lot quicker than that. With 1 ball to go and the body slam, no points yet. What is he doing? A little jig, and that's time out. Wayne to the crowd. Tony, what is your problem?
30 seconds up. No score.
Sorry about that, Tony, but Twinkle Toes won't get you any score.
I think he got a little lost in the moment there.
Well, shootout is a game we take very, very seriously, but Leletu, you take it even more seriously. You're dropping a challenge on Warrior?
Yeah, why not?
So what is your challenge then?
No, I just want to score points for my 2 sons here behind me.
Well, you hardly look old enough to be their daddy.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
But we will be judging him by how many goals he scores. Let's hear for Leletu! Our contender standing by and ready to shoot out is Leletu! Here's going up against Warrior!
He shows himself to be a Bucks man. We'll have to see if he's got the scoring power to beat Warrior. As you said, he's dropped a challenge on this man. Warrior's come out with his full complement of EMPs. Man alive! There's going to be some damage done here.
Oh, there's going to be incredible damage done. Leletu's a man of few words, but Warrior's a man of big action. Let's cross right over on to the ball.
Leletu, ready. Warrior, ready. On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Straight up he goes. Oh, straight for the groin. That's got to hurt. Warrior is made of muscle and not much else. A goal for Leletu, 2 points up.
Les is doing so well. That's 2 balls. Here's a positive now. He makes it 3.
And another one now, the all-important body slam.
And he gets it! Well, that's a challenge he laid. That proved good enough.
Absolutely. He went straight for Warrior and almost knocked Warrior straight out of his shoes. Let's take a look at it again. Boom!
Ooh.
That is tough stuff. Warrior knows how to tackle, but boy, oh boy, does Loletu know how to get through them. One more time.
Ooh. Hey, that's Gaduma.
Gaduma, yeah, baby. Taking a look at the points now. It's 8 points to Loletu on shootout with Tony sitting on a big fat 0. The Stallion's going to have to come back strong.
Well, folks, we're sitting here with Jenny and her family. At the beginning of the gauntlet, Jenny, we've got to tell you that you can't carry on with the competition.
I understand that, but next time I'm coming back stronger, harder, and I'm going to really whip their butt.
Nomonde, you're stepping into Jenny's shoes. You know already you've got the sympathy vote on your side.
Yes, Jenny, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for you, and I will do it for you.
Our first contender through the gauntlet, it's Nomonde!
Stepping into another contender's shoes at this stage of the game is never easy. 27-year-old Nomonde, though, is very confident and very ambitious. She's going to have to be. She's got 5 tough gladiators to beat in the gauntlet.
Not only is she brave, but Nomonde feels sorry for people. She's got a great heart, and she doesn't like people taking advantage of that.
She'll be up against Shadow! Lynx! Jazz! Fox! And Thunder! Remember, ready! Gladiators, ready! On the whistle! 3, 2, 1!
The crowd getting behind the fresh legs contender, but Shadow's not giving an inch. Nomonde's got to do a whole lot better to get past his first gladiator as she pushes her way forward. Shadow's been asked to let her through.
Well, an incredibly good start there. She powers her way through Lynx, and now Jazz with her helmet off is getting in on the action, and the boss calls a halt. Jazz is not stopping. It's a safety call. It's definitely a safety call. She's got to get her helmet back on as we take a look at this again. Nomonde pushing the bugle stick and knocking her helmet right off her head.
We got 11 seconds left. On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Starting again, powers into Jazz. She's keeping her down. Jazz really has shown her strength at this game. She sometimes can get unruly, but Nomonde gets the better of her. Now she's got to get through Fox.
And there's still Thunder to come, and that is time out. 11 seconds, nowhere near enough to get past Jazz, Fox, and Thunder for Gerald Nomonde.
Ready to get through the gauntlet. It's Elise!
On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Elise has won the Miss Boxburg Fitness Competition 3 years in a row from 99 through 2001, but her fitness pushes her through the first zone and into Lynx, and she pushes Lynx out of the way with absolutely no trouble. Jazz is also struggling. Now she's into Fox. Elise doing incredibly well, but Fox, a tough gladiator, holds her back.
Start in the zone again, yeah? Fox, you must release to the out of your zone. Yeah, step out of your zone, release. 13 seconds left. On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
The zones, of course, James, are the 2 lines that demarcate the places in which the gladiators are allowed to fight. Elise successfully gets through Fox's zone, but I think time is going to run out of her.
Not too sure where it's going to run out of her, but that is time up. Thunder, an incredible performance from her, pushing her straight back to the beginning of the zone. That's no points for either Nomonde or our contender, Elise. 0-0 on gauntlets.
Into the gauntlet, it's Tony!
Well, Tony proved that he likes dancing better than competing. Is going to have to do something big here against these gladiators to rack up some points on the gauntlets.
Talking of big, I think the one big thing Tony will bring to this competition is his personality. He'll be running straight into Warrior!
whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Tony is certainly a lightweight when compared to Warrior, and Warrior is able to bash him around like he's flotsam and jetsam going into the gauntlet. He can't even get in, even though he twists and turns. Which way to go?
Well, you see, what Tony's doing is, in fact, very good, because when you twist and turn, you're going to get a gap sooner or later. The thing is to throw yourself at the Gladiators first and bring down their defense.
Too much hesitation from Tony. He's doing his dancing moves. He's now into the third zone, but time is really ticking away from him. He's not able to get past these Gladiators, and that is it. Time up, no points for
Our
Tony.
next contender through the gauntlet, it's Leleto.
Gladiators ready! Gladiators ready! On the whistle! 3, 2, 1.
The man of few words, but a huge ego on top of him. He says he loves challenges that bring out the best in him. Can he bring out the best in the MTN Gladiators through the gauntlet?
Well, the boss has blown his whistle, but Leleto's still going for it, and Warrior and Leleto getting in one another's face. A lot of aggro from these two.
Relax.
I told her about the ego.
Granite also getting in on the action, trying to calm him down. And Leleto's two boys looking just a little concerned.
23 seconds left, Gladiators. 3 zones to go. On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
So little time, so many zones, so many MTN Gladiators to get through, but Leleto is making a big effort. Gets himself into another spot of trouble now. Giant trying to keep him down. Time is ticking down. Giant's been told to release him. Will he be able to make it through the line in time?
Well, this is real punishment from Giant. He got the aggro from the beginning of the gauntlet, and he is laying it on thick onto Leleto.
In case folks are wondering about the release, that doesn't mean to let the contender go. It just means to step off for a second.
No points for either of our contenders. They stay at 2 and 8.
Now, we asked you who this lovely baby was last week. Of course, it turned out to be Fire.
But we have another gladiator for you to identify. Tell us who this little popsicle toes could be on 083 910 9000. Let's not freeze out the competition.
Oh, that's a good clue. You could win 1,000 Rand weekly and enter the draw for the grand prize of 25,000 Rand at the end of the series.
And don't forget, you can also win yourself a great dinner with your favorite gladiator. Get dialing right now.
083 910 9000. Ooh, it's chilly in here. Ready to do damage on the duel. It's Nomonde. She'll be going up against Jazz. Fresh legs coming in against Jazz. I don't think that Jazz is going to feel sorry for Nomonde at all. The 27-year-old technical officer from Pretoria is going to have to seriously pull punches and show Jazz who the winner can be. Right now, let's cross on over to the boss.
It's time for action on the duel. Monday, ready! Jazz, ready! On the whistle. 3, 2, 1. Don't push. Clear hit.
The boss calling for clean hits, remember. Oh, and now Jazz goes in after the boss has just said don't push. He pushes Nomonde right off the podium. The boss is going to have words with Jazz.
Big words indeed. Jazz has been spoken to so often, and she just doesn't want to listen. That is grounds for immediate disqualification. You see how she steps onto the podium, pushes the poor contender down, and that'll give Nomonde 10 bonus points.
Our next contender up on the duel, it's Elise! And she's up against Fox!
Well, Elise may be tough, but this is one gladiator who's tougher. Although when it comes to the men, she melts some hearts. Who's it going to be this week round? She's picked her man. Oh, it's Leleto, boys. And are they cool?
Oh, man. Is he a cool cat today or what? The latest supporters having an absolutely fun time it is.
Time now to cross to the boss.
Elise Fox, you want to see a good, clean bout. No pushing and no stepping across to the other platform. Elise, ready! Fox, ready! On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Elise is a bodybuilder and...
It doesn't really help her much, Ursula. One blow to the head is all it takes, and Elise is down. Boy, you cannot mess with Fox. You have to go in for the kill or be punished.
Well done, Foxy lady.
Not the kind of thing you expect from a bodybuilder. One blow to the head and bye-bye, Elise. Come on, we were expecting a whole lot more than that.
Score situation after 3 games now. Monde's got 20 and Elise is sitting on 2 small points. First up to do duel, it's Tony!
Speaking of small points, it means now that Tony really has to do some damage on duel if he wants to have any hope of racking them up for the eliminator. He's up against a tough contender in Laletu and up against 2 tough gladiators.
Now it crossed over to the box.
Tony, ready! Gemini, ready! On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
By now, James, everybody should be able to tell the difference between these gladiators. This is Hammer hammering it out while Tony is giving as good as he gets. Hammer takes a tumble and Tony scores!
Well, I was going to say, I don't know how you've managed to work out. Oh, that's got to hurt. How the hell did he do that? He's mad. He's insane. Let's take a look at it again. One blow to the head really unseats Gemini, and then Tony really just has to take advantage. Gemini trying to push him off. Not what he's supposed to do, but one blow to the head, another blow, and Gemini is sayonara.
That's 10 points for Twinkle Toes Tony.
Next up on the duel, it's Laleto! And he's
That was the little seaway jumping up and down there. These boys are so nice, we're going to see them twice in the same picture.
Well, absolutely. And now I want to know which one is which. You said we should know how to be able to determine them. I still can't work out which one's which as we get straight into the action. Laleto, big blow to Gemini, and he's down before the contest has even started.
It doesn't matter which one of the boys was up there, though. It was Fletcher's turn, like his brother Hammer. He took the fall and gave the contender big points. He came unseated almost from the beginning. He didn't know where he was standing on the platform and just tumbled down.
Well, both our contenders scoring 10 points, which gives Tony 12 and Laleto 18. As we go into the break, prepare yourself for Hang Tough when we come back.
Our first contender up on Hang Tough, it's Normandy! And she's up against Thunder!
3 games down, 1 to go before the eliminator, and this could be the toughest of them all. I don't think that Namonde is going to be able to score on the rings because Thunder reigns supreme.
And time now to cross to the box.
Ramonde, ready! Thunder, ready! On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Can you feel the nervous tension, James? Can you feel it?
I can feel it now. Namonde not wanting to get off that podium. She knows that Thunder is coming straight at her, and she's got a problem already. She's missed her ring, and she's going to be hanging around in the white zone if she can't get herself going. Thunder is moving in for the kill.
For the kill, indeed, James. Namonde is looking like a bit of a static elastic now. She needs to get a good swing so she can reach in, past all the white rings and into the red scoring zone. But Thunder's got a different plan for her. Says, you're wasting my time. You're a nice person, but you're out again.
I've got to see that in the replay. She actually gave her hand to Thunder to allow Thunder to grab her to pull her down. Don't really understand that as the crowds get down and dirty, and Namonde goes down. Here it is. Take a look at this. She grabs her neck, she puts her arm out, and then it just allows Thunder the chance to get her legs wrapped around Namonde.
Yeah, give me off these rings as soon as possible, please.
Bye-bye, Namonde.
Our next contender up on Hang Tough, it's Elise! And she's up against Venus!
Elise is super fit, super sporty, and of course, like we've said before, she is a bodybuilder. She's won numerous awards. She's up against the sleek, lithe, and slinky Venus. What, you don't have anything to say about the sleek, lithe, and slinky Venus?
Slinky, dinky, malinky is all I have to say right now.
That's right, the game where the toughest survive. Elise, ready! Venus, ready! On the whistle.
Always looks ready, man. Woo, baby!
Ready for what?
Well, Elise is 18 points behind Namonde, which means that she's going to have to make a go of it, but she's struggling on the ring. She hasn't got a rhythm going. Meanwhile, there goes Venus swinging like a goddess.
Slinky Dinky Malinky is on to Elise. Before you even know it, Elise's trouble started on the jump off where she just didn't get it together. And now she is even more elastic than Namonde ever could have hoped to be.
Well, Elise must think this is some sort of strength competition. She's doing her pull-ups, which has allowed Venus to get on top of her. And that means that it's the featherweight versus the weightlifter. Venus struggling to pull her down.
Oh, well done, Venus. So I'm sure that Elise has lifted heavier weights than Venus. In the end, it's the Slinky Gladiator that won. Venus showing the Determinator move that eventually brings Elise down off the rings and sends her away from Hang Tough with no points.
Because the scores are absolutely 0 and zip for Namonde and Elise, which leaves their scores on 20 and 2.
Our first male contender up on Hang Tough, it's Tony! He's up against Spider!
It's our born-performing contender, the Italian stallion, up against our Italian gladiator, Spider. Ciao, Bella.
Bello, their boy, bello.
I don't know the difference. Whatever.
Okay, Tony, so we're staring Hang Tough in the face, and you are so brave, you're laying down a challenge for Spider.
Yes, Spider's awesome on this. I've seen him many times, but I'm just here tonight to tell him he's made his match.
I don't know so much about Spider having met his match because, Tony, he is the awesomest gladiator on this game.
No, yes he is, but what he doesn't know is I've got a few hidden legs that he doesn't know about.
I wonder where he could have hidden those legs, Spider.
Listen. His legs are skinnier than mine. Okay? So, Tony, I hope they don't get stuck between my teeth, bro. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to have to get old Granite over there to pull them out one at a time. I accept your challenge. I look forward to hanging tough against you. May the best man win.
It's lunchtime. It's crunch time on Hang Tough.
This game, the toughest man will survive. Tony, ready! Spider, ready! On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Spider's certainly not quaking in his boots for that challenge laid down. He has accepted it, and he's going out quickly to get Tony down.
Oh, Tony might enjoy the live camera and action of MTN Gladiators, but this time he's not scoring with anybody.
Taking a look at this again, Spider coming in for the kill very quickly, spinning himself around, wrapping him in his web. Sorry, those are his legs, actually, but in his Spider's web, and down goes Tony.
Even when he's being thrown from a spider, that smile is on his face. What a character. Next to Hang Tough, it's Leleto. He has the unfortunate grace of going up against Granite. Aha! Finally a man that could put an end to the letter's words.
Leleto really wanted to take on the Gladiators because he thought they were a bunch of sissies. This Gladiator is certainly no sissy. He's got a weird rhythm, he's got a weird shake, but he is a crowd favorite because he is one of the greatest of all time. He is Granite.
Now it's back to the ball.
Lele 2, ready. Granite, ready. On the whistle, 3, 2, 1.
The letter says he's physically, mentally and emotionally ready for this game. Even though we've given him granite, he is sure that he can get some points. Bright is swinging wildly now, trying to get to grips with the rings, which he does successfully now. He needs to get out of the white no-score zone and into the red, where Granite is hanging around, ready for the capture.
Well, I'd be swinging around wildly if I knew that Granite was coming straight at me. And it looks like the weight of Granite is swinging the rings all over the place, which is making it very difficult. Granite is hanging around. He's lost his ring. And Letu is into the 5-point zone. Now he has to make it across while Granite hangs around with nothing to do. Can he make it all the way across to the other side?
Granite is desperately trying to get a swing going. He reaches out, taps Letu, but it's not enough to grab him in. Can Letu get onto Granite's podium and score maximum points? If he can hang around in the red scoring zone until the whistle blows, then he will get 5 points.
And it looks like he might just do that. He knows the time is counting down. He knows that 5 points are secured. And there is the whistle. Granite left hanging around like a loose rock. Almost giving him the high five, unable to get a solid grip on him. But you can see the weight of Granite is sending all of those rings all over the place. That gives 23 points to Letu and 12 points to Tony. No movement in the score for the Italian stallion.
The talk bag. We've only been in the premises now for 2 months. Some more of our Wayneston family. So right behind you is my dad. The boss's boss. This is me competing with Manfred. That's when I competed at the Mr. Universe. But this is the 92, the one that everyone talks about, and I pulled the bow in. I just had a little bit more hair. This is Kevin McNamara. And I mean, anybody in the industry will know who he is. Welcome to my Daddy Day. I'm the boss. Wayne Price. Someone you don't know yet, but hope after today you'll know more about him and come on through. Let me introduce you to the wife, Michelle, and then the real boss in the house. She's a ruler. Obviously, all us big guys like our toys, but V8, like the power. And as I always say in the arena, I like the action. Home away from home.
Want to spice up your life? Stay tuned for more excitement in the Eliminator. I'll be waiting.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. MTN Gladiators. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. MTN Gladiators. Eliminate.
Welcome back from the break into the Eliminator now. A huge 18-point difference between the ladies. Namonde gets a 9-second head start over Elite.
This is the Eliminator. This is where we separate the women from the girls. It's the toughest of the tough. Tough 4 events before this. The final one. Only one will go through to the next round. Namonde, you have a 9-second lead. You've got a head start on Elise. You want to lay down a challenge to her?
Yes, I'm gonna whip your ass, Jenny. I'm doing this for Jenny. I'll win this.
Well, she says she's going to whip your ass. She has 9 seconds on you. Does that fire you up?
Go for it, girl. You're gonna need it.
Whoa, it's that steely gaze that gets me quaking in my boots. This is the Eliminator. Let's see what happens next.
Namonde, you will go on the first whistle. Elise, you will go on the second whistle. On the whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Remember that Namonde has come in for Jenny, who got hurt earlier on in the show. She has 9 seconds to prove her stuff and to do it all the way for herself, but also for Jenny.
And on the sympathy boat she is, going through the up and under bars. Now comes Elise. She spends far too much money on clothes. Apparently these ladies really, really are struggling to get up the ropes, but Elise does it. And Monday now needs to do it for herself and for Jenny. 9 seconds. That's what she started on. She's now behind by about 4 or 5.
Lamonde eventually up onto the sky ladder. She says she's fit and strong, and this is the only chance on MTN Gladiators to show her fans exactly what she's made of. Now already Elise in the spider's web. Lamonde is going to have to do a whole lot more if she wants to show her fans that she's fit and strong. She's managed to catch up again to Elise, who's struggling to make her way through the web. Jenny, of course, shouting Lamonde on, and she is going hell for leather. She has heard Jenny's cry and made up the time again. Lamonde is up.
Fantastically well done, Lamonde. That was incredible. Now the two ladies struggling off the net. Jenny screaming and shouting for Lamonde, as she deservedly should do. These ladies really are going at it neck and neck, James. It's anybody's game at this point.
Elise really starting to look tired as Lamonde heads down the zip line. Remember, still the balance beam and the travelator, and that's where it could all fall apart. You can't write anybody off at this point. They're still neck and neck. Oh, and that is a terrible landing for Elise. She didn't let go and almost went through off stage.
That's why we've got the boss there ordering the lift and release, because he knows how dangerous it could be at the end of that zip line. Now Lamonde down off the balance beams. Is she going to make it up the travelator first time as Elise comes off the beams? And Lamonde is away, and she trips and slips.
Well, that's allowed Elise the chance in here, but Lamonde is straight up again, and no joy there. Elise also trips while Lamonde struggles to make headway up the travelator. She's running fast and going nowhere quickly.
This is the part that I can't stand to watch because it sends my heart racing and my palms sweating.
Well, Elise going hell for leather now. She heads up the travelator, but not able to get...
She makes it to the top.
I was going to say not able to get to the top. I have to eat my words. Elise is through. Incredible. Lamonde coming up, really struggling on the travelator. Trips and falls, but she's going all the way through into second.
At least 4 or 5 attempts by Lamonde up the travelator. She did make it in the end. Congratulations and well done. Oh, poor Jenny.
Taking a look at this again, this is where it all fell apart for Lamonde. She just doesn't have the strength to get up. Meanwhile, Elise is determined to make it to the top. She knows this is the one chance that she has to win tonight.
On to the boys now. Leletu ended after 4 games with 23 points. That puts him at an 11-point difference over Tony. A 5.5-second head start into the eliminator. After seeing the women battle it out through the eliminator, these guys say they're going to give us an even tougher eliminator. Leletu, you have got a head start of 5.5 seconds. Tony reckons there's no way you're going to keep it.
I'll show him that. And I think it's time to ride his Tylon back to Italy.
Get on your stallion and back to Italy, he says.
Well, I've got one thing to say to you. Dynamite comes in small packages. I'm ready to explode, boy!
Somebody phone the hospital. One of these contenders is on the way.
Leletu, you will go on the first whistle. Tony, you will go on the second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
It's the boys up against the stallion. Leletu wastes no time in making his 5.5-second head count stick.
He certainly wasn't impressed with that explosion threat from Tony, but Tony is going really, really quickly over the up and over bars, but he's going to have to catch up flying Leletu.
If Leletu can make good time through the spider's web, then, well, I'm going to say it, he will win this one. Not counting out Dynamite Tony at all yet. He is small package size to make it through the spider's web in very good time as well.
It's such a difficult call at this point because the eliminator really relies on endurance. It's not about the size of your muscles, how big, how strong you are. It's how far you are prepared to push your body through the pain barrier.
Dig deep, then dig deeper.
As Leletu makes it to the top of the cargo net, Tony starting off at the bottom. This is a huge mountain to climb for Tony, but he's doing incredibly well. Don't ride him off just yet as Leletu heads down the zip line.
Great landing there.
We've seen throughout this competition that Tony tends to hesitate at exactly the wrong moment. Another hesitation at the top of the zip line has allowed Leletu to get over the balance beams and straight up the travelator with no problems at all. Incredible. What a win.
You know, Leletu did say he's only only aim to come here was to win. Tony was going to have fun while he was in the competition and do his absolute best. I take my hat off to him. He's been a fantastic contender.
Well, I tell you what, Loletto, you haven't even broken a switch. It looked like it was a walk in the park for you, man. That 5.5 second start must have made you really confident.
Yes, it has. It was just easier than I thought, you know.
Well, I tell you what, it's one of the most outstanding performances I've seen on the Eliminator. You're going through to the next round. It didn't look like you were troubled at all.
I had trouble with the Gladiators and gave me a few knocks in there, but it's cool.
Let's hear it for Loletto! Well, Hirsch, I don't know how we're going to sort this one out. We should put our bet on the women and on the men, and it looks like we both won this time.
At least we both did. Listen, it was fantastic competition. If you want to see more of the same, join us again next week right here on SABC 3 for more MTN Gladiators.
8, 7.
Of course, our losers don't go away empty-handed. Lots and lots of gym equipment from Care Concepts, the people who put fitness first. But for our winners, the chance to stand in line to win these fabulous Mazda Drifter double cabs, something to look forward to.
Fantastic cars. Pits you can't take the boys sitting on them with you. If you'd like to be a contender on MTN Gladiators, you know the number to dial, 083 910 9000. Don't need to dial it in stereo, just dial it. Party!